What's up, guys? So on today's video I'm going to show you guys how you can fix your air conditioning in an E-250, and basically this is going to pertain to if the AC is coming out of the defrost. All right, now another issue you can notice is if you start to accelerate and the AC only comes through the defrost, and then when you decelerate then it'll go back through your vents. So basically today we'll just show you how you can do the permanent fix. Okay, let's get started. All right, guys, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and show you the parts I'm going to use to fix this the right way. This is the HVAC vacuum tank. This is the part number, and all this, I got this off of Amazon. All right, so this is what we're going to be putting. This is the reservoir tank. I got me some of these connectors just in case, and there's a part number up there. You can probably use that. And then the check valve, and here is the part number. All right, so you just put that in and it should show up. They ended up sending me two, so I probably accidentally ordered two. Let me see. And then there is also this piece. This is a 5 feet length, 532 millimeter. So all this is a hose, and we're gonna use this to relocate all this stuff. All right, let me go ahead and show you what the issue is first, and then we'll get started. So let's turn it on. Okay, so I did a temporary fix so that the air does come out of the vents. Okay, guys, you see the papers moving. Okay, maybe 3-4 days ago, where it completely stopped coming out of the vents and was just coming out of the defrost. All right, so what I ended up doing is I popped off this panel right here. Okay, and now you see this right here. I put a zip tie onto this little door, so basically just to kind of keep this right here shut. All these are just like vacuum solenoids or whatever, so if they have a vacuum on there, each time you change the setting, it's supposed to move them around. But if there's a vacuum leak, then they're not going to work the way they should. So we're going to go ahead and cut this and get started with the repair. All right, guys, so I'll remove all this out of the way in a bit, and you guys can see that happen as well. Let's get this taken off. Alright, guys, we will go ahead and latch this back in. Alright, guys, after you get that clip back in there the right way, if you ended up bypassing it temporarily, now we can go ahead and put this cover back on. And then we'll go ahead and remove all this stuff here out of the way. So let's take this out. This just comes up. Next, move all your wires if you have any wires in the way. But we have 4 latches. One's gonna be here. The other one is here. Another one here. And then we're gonna have one more on the other side. I'm gonna go over there. Alright, we have one here, and we can also take this off as well. That just pops off. Throw that there. Okay, guys, so this all should come apart fairly easy. And the latch is stuck on this side. Okay. I'm gonna take this out. So basically our vacuum hose is this one here. This one here. What we're going to end up doing, we're gonna make a hole somewhere here so that we can feed through a wire. Okay, so you want to come to your engine compartment. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna take this out. Everything this way, that way, that goes to the back of this is going to be eliminated. Now we have this one. All we're going to do is we're going to pull it through the other side. So it's right here. That's all we're going to do right there. We have this wire here. Now let's see here. What we can end up doing is we can either remove a screw here or we can drill a hole. I ended up finding a small grommet for the vacuum hose, so I'm just gonna end up drilling a hole real quick. See if this comes off. It should. There we go. So this pops off, and now this is what we have to feed through. So like I said, let's make a small hole real quick, and then we can probably use these grommets here. Depending on what size we drill it, we can use these. So the idea is just to make a small hole, guys. You don't want to make it too big of a hole, which is not a big deal, guys. Just make sure you are careful in where you make your hole. We'll be right here, so that's gonna work okay. Okay, that's not working. Maybe we need this. That should help us out. It's just an odd angle. So let's see if we can do it with this one. Careful, guys, you do not want to go too far. Okay, you don't want to hit any lines, so be super careful. There's a little grommet here. Let's see if this one will fit. If it doesn't, we'll just make the hole bigger, which it doesn't. So just step up to a quarter, guys. Stop playing games. Alright guys, let's see if this hole is big enough. Okay guys, so that looks like that's in there. Now let's see if we can feed through the hose here. And it's going to be probably about that much. That's a tight fit. Okay, so we got it through. Okay, I'm gonna cut this thing around here. Let me see this. Trying to cut a little bit more off it. There we go. So we can zip tie this here, and that'll pretty much keep it all out of the way of anything that's probably moving. All right. Do this, that. The size you want to use is 1/4. That's what I ended up using, and that was a good size for the grommet that I used, which was an M7.14. I guess that's maybe what the size is. I'm not sure. Yeah, it has to be. So I used the smallest one, and this is the assorted grommets that I used. And guys, that is a really snug fit in there, so I don't think we're gonna have any issues. All right guys, so now we're left with this here. All right, so this here, it goes back onto this. Now you can grab the check valve, and you want to make sure that black side goes towards the intake, just like this, okay? All right, so this, we'll keep this somewhat like up here, this way nobody kicks it or messes with it. And then we can run a hose from here, and then the one that I haven't showed you guys is this one back here. So basically this is the one that we're going to tap into here, okay? So we're gonna cut this black one somewhere here, and then we're going to tap into it onto that one. All right, so let's just go ahead and do that real quick. So all we're gonna do, this wire over here, we'll cut it. Okay guys, look, that's what it looks like. This is the black wire. You see I cut it going into that wall over there. That's what we're gonna do there, okay? And then our hose, we're gonna have two hoses. One's gonna come to this side, okay? So this is gonna look like this, and then we're gonna have a hose coming out of that, and that's gonna be this one here, which we're going to have to put an adapter on that. So what we can do is we can take this one off too. This connector is on the other side. Okay, so we just pull this one off from that side. Now this connector was the one that was connected to this one, but on the other side. We can push this onto here. That connector that you saw me connect onto the check valve, so I did put it in there, but the reality, I did mess up there. You could have actually taken this part out of it with some needle nose pliers and just twist it until it comes loose. And then exactly how it looks in that video, how I put it, you could have installed it like that. And then the black wire, you can install it through here instead of using the other vacuum adapters that I had bought. Now that's only if this adapter here is still good. Now, if you don't want to use it and you'd rather use the other ones just to make sure that it's a new one, then you can just use one from that bag. That's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to make a quick update. Now, let's see here. We're just trying to find something that fits. Just keep pressing it in there. Okay, guys, so one of these did work on there, and then now we just have to pressure this one in. Look at that, guys. That's what you're left with right there so far. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to, let's cut this one here. Okay, we'll cut this one like that. So you need probably about a good 12 inches or so. All that's gonna happen is this is just gonna attach like that. Careful now, I used one and it ended up breaking, so just make sure you find the right one. This was the smallest one, so it's going to be the second up if you get this exact size here. What you do next to you want to test it, so all you gotta do, guys, is put the key in. Now keep in mind, if you do not turn the key to turn the engine all the way on, there isn't going to be a vacuum created, so it's not going to do anything. You have to turn the vehicle all the way on. All right, so that's on. Watch this. Right now, coming out of the defrost. See that? Now I'm going to switch it to max AC, and now we got it coming out of the vents, guys. Okay, so that's the fix you can do. That's the permanent fix you can do to fix that issue if it comes out of the defrost. Alright, and you can see that how that moves there. Okay, alright, now we can turn this off. And now let's set this up the right way, right? Let's make sure that this is out of the way, and that if you have a passenger here, they're not going to end up, you know, hitting stuff and then this get taken apart. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, guys, we're going to go ahead and remove the bolt, and it's a 10 millimeter. There we have it. Now this bolt, what we'll do, we're just gonna widen up this hole. Alright, there we go. Now we can align that up. Okay, we're gonna need an extension on this thing. Alright guys, once you tighten this up, that shouldn't move. So what you do want to do now though is look at all these wires everywhere. Now you do want to try to make sure they're out of the way. I'm gonna put a couple of zip ties on this stuff just so it doesn't move. Alright guys, so you see everything is out of the way, nobody's gonna hit anything. I just zip tied the check valve up to here, put a zip tie here, and then kind of routed everything up, and then put some zip ties on the red part where that hole is at. See that there? And then put a zip tie from this hole up to another hole that's up here, and this way this doesn't move. Okay, so that's how you can fix your vacuum leak. And like I said, that hole over here, we just left it alone, or that hose, that black hose, we just left it alone over there. Let me go ahead and put everything back together, and you guys will see how that looks afterwards. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and put the engine cover back onto the floor area here. Go, and you see this right here is our reservoir tank, so that is the perfect location. Alright, get all of our mounts on there. We've got one more back here. Okay, just make sure that's all good there, and then we can put the cover onto this. It's the other way. Alright, there you go. And as you can see, you don't see any lines anywhere here. It's right there. So it's literally hidden, guys. Like, you could sit here, someone could be hitting up and stuff, and they wouldn't mess with anything. Alright, go ahead and put this bad boy back. So this is simple, guys. You just have to line it up. That's it, and push down hard on it, and you're good to go. That right there is gonna pretty much complete the entire process of that relocation of the vacuum line there. So if you feel like you got the skills to do it, go ahead and do it. All right guys, take care.